Welcome to tonight's installment of a conversation. So, this is beyond bricks. This is beyond your widgets and wares. Thinking about your business in a different kind of way, and why trust is so important. Trust is something that is earned slowly and over time, and to show consistency, to show your fellowship attachments, right? Like the urban fellowship is the business, the community is the Era Project, or it's the Hidden Haven, or it's these other groups like the Artist Collective that I'm a part of. And throughout these different stages, throughout these different paths that I'm walking on, it's a journey of healing. Like the collective is a kink-friendly event that we go and chat in Zoom every night. Like, it's for kink people. It's for gay men that are looking to just be themselves in a safe environment, right? And that's been instrumental in allowing me to come to the marketplace more myself. Because, it's like everybody has that thing where they're not sure of their difference. They know they're different and they don't know why they're different. They're just made that way, right? And it's not to talk bad about my mom or my dad or the folks that raised me. It's to talk about that there is a period of separation that needs to occur. It's like, okay, well, I need to move away from all of the bad that I was doing, right? I need to heal so that the collective came. I need to develop and tinker with businesses, so then the Era Project came. And now the fellowship is so that I can help those businesses that want to be helped by what I have to offer, to link arms so that way we can form a chain that's unbroken. So that what we offer and how we do it, we can show up and serve time and time again, and we don't have to worry about what we're saying being the right thing. It's the right thing that we are saying for us in that season as far as our understanding of the thing goes, right? It's when I talk business to business, right, as if I can speak to business owners, it's a different language than having to hold somebody as an individual by the hand and lead them through the process. Business owners understand the way that they have the staff that they have to run. They understand that their marketing has to be on point. They understand that they have customers that they have to convert into clients who then have to become mentors of their own, right? These are the things that we do as business owners to help other business owners, right? So that's the B2B stuff that I do. It's a high ticket. It's really high ticket. So if you're a business owner and you want to join a mastermind with me, that's $100,000. If you want me to consult directly with your business, then I need $1 million straight off the top, because I can do what I say I can. And what do I say that I can do? I can teach you how to create an epic mentorship program. Something that will allow you to lead your people through that process of trust, that process of engagement, that process of what you have to do, who you've helped, and then you can create a pattern and a path that lets you do it. How do you create that? You go back to your clients and you teach them new things. You use the customers that you've had once and then you convert them into clients so they buy again and again. So it's not just that $7 book. It's not just the $30 book. It's not just a $100 or $200 course that you have to say. It's that the conversation that we start here in Facebook that goes into buying the books or the products, that goes into buying the courses, that goes into buying the mentorship, creates a journey along the lifespan of that customer that creates tangible relationships where reciprocity can be built. Where what I say today, I can speak about on a professional stage tomorrow and demonstrate not only do I have the capacity to pull this off, but I've already started pulling this off. And this is why I like to come to the marketplace fully prepared. So that way what I know I can do has already been done, right? How has it been done already, right? Well, last year when the pandemic began and people needed to start to convert their businesses, they needed a way to enroll people in a way that's trustworthy. They needed to show people that they could be trusted. So how do you do this? You throw an event. How do you throw an event when nobody will come? You film it and then you send it to them so that they watch what you have to say. And then you improve what you have to say, and you become kinder, you become softer, you move yourself out of the shadows of, oh, I just have to go with this alone. No, I can link arms with the businesses or the people inside the businesses that I'm talking to. It's not just I'm trying to sell you my widget, or I'm not trying to sell you my consulting package. I'm not trying to. If you want it, you'll buy it. I don't want my marketing to offend you, but I also want it to speak to you where you're at. Can this help you? Does converting your business from what you're doing in a brick and mortar environment into something digital, it requires a different type of thought process. It requires somebody who's willing to engage in a way that other people are not willing to engage. And what does this mean? It means that you're going to be able to link arms with other people that are in your industry. You'll be able to link arms with people that are not in your industry. So you can pay the gap, as it were. Pay for the gap that you don't have, so that way you can cut a check for speed. Right? So that you hold the keys to your kingdom in tandem with other people holding the keys in theirs. So that way what you offer can supplement the thing that they offer. So that you're not someone who's sitting at the top of the pile doing it all yourself. You're doing it in tandem with people that are already doing it. They're demonstrating that they can do it. And then what do? You go back and you pay through, and you spend your time making sure that the journey that you created for people, that thing that you're doing, when stewarded by others, is being stewarded in the proper way. So then you give them feedback, you give them critique, you give them commentary, you give them recommendation to other people's services and crafts. So that way you're not seedy, you're not sleazy at any point in your journey. The money is not important. The money is held in trust. What did you do to earn your money? Did you give up your time? Did you work as an hourly employee? Did you get a salary job somewhere? Right? Or did somebody invest with you the thousands of dollars for a course, or the thousands of dollars for a mentorship? So that way what you have to do and why it is you're doing it actually elevates their purpose, elevates their cause, so that you become a person of authority. So that your journey for creating mentorship is not just about you becoming the best mentor ever. It's about you're starting and you're seeing and you're experiencing the journey through the eyes of the customer. You know what they know because you were there. You're buying the gap. So you're paying into somebody else's mentorship program, so that what you do and how you do it and what you can do as a result of that becomes even more impressive, becomes even more in relationship to the kind of thing you're building. So that way what you build is solid. You know because you're experiencing it. You know because you've done it, and you're doing it, and you're doing it over and over and over again. And then you're scaling out your message. And then you're scaling out your widgets. And then you're building a better version of your courses. Then you're building a better version of what you have to say. So that way you can enroll new people and continue that conversation with the people that you already have. So then you move them into several tiers of operation, right? What did you learn? What are you selling? What are you teaching? These are 3 things that you need to figure out when you're in this mentorship process as you become a mentor on your own. So as I build out my business to customers, right? So moving from B2B into B2C business, that's an entirely different animal, because I don't expect the individual has the money to pay. The business has the ability to pay because it's a tax write-off. What they invest in themselves for that education becomes a tax write-off. So if you're a business owner, spending high ticket on your information becomes a tax write-off at the end of the year. So you get a gain, right? You invest early and you get a gain later, right? So at the end, you still have new money and a cash flow coming back into your business from when the government pays you for doing business in an educational way. It is a fantastic system, and it is a legal system that you can apply. When it comes to B2C, it's a different experience, because the individual doesn't get the tax benefits that a business does. So they're investing in their education, but because you have an education business, that also is a tax write-off. They are improving themselves, so at the end of the year they get that reward of the money that they spent into that program back. Right? You're teaching, you are learning, you are experiencing growth. That is something that the government wants you to do. So what you spend, you can write off. Right? Again, you need to figure out this with a tax person to make sure that you stay legal and you stay congruent so that you don't end up behind bars. But that's exactly what happens as you build your business. So that way your losses in the front become later cash flow inclusions where you might not otherwise have that money. So you get that money back from what you've expensed, right? Understanding that not only is it not about the money up front, but it's also about the money in the back coming back to you. You have an interesting way to approach life in the dialogue, so that way it becomes a numbers game. How many people can I serve early to test my widgets, or to test my product, or to test my method? And then how do you record that journey and then sell that journey to other people, right? So there's the books, there's the podcast, there's the coaching events, there's the one-to-group or one-to-many masterminds, right? So teaching people where they're at, I lower my cost. The individual that doesn't have a business or doesn't have the kind of bankroll that a business does has a different metric. Because what I will teach an individual how to do is different than what I'll teach a business how to do. So if I'm teaching an individual how to build their business, does that mean I have to sit with them? Yes, I do. It takes considerably longer to teach an individual who has no business experience how to build a business online. Absolutely longer. It's taken me 2 years to go through this journey, to map it out, to figure out what's going to be the needle movers, what information do they need, and what kind of pathway do they need as they build it out. So it's one thing to learn how to speak on a stage or somebody else's group or Facebook community, or in all of the different ways that you can learn to practice these things, right? But it's also about how do you structure your ecosystem. So I've got the artist collective that I'm working in, and I've got the Hidden Haven that I'm doing for all my spiritual people, and then I've got the Arrow Project, which I'm doing for all my business people, right? All of it's run under the guise of the various community groups, right? But at the same time, what it's also doing is it's building out the Urban Fellowships method, so that way I have reliable systems that are tested, that are demonstrated, that you can engage with at the different stages of where you're at. So that way this message can be applied to the individual. So you can learn how to do this in your niche community groups, so that you can give back by giving your information back, by helping people on the journey and what's your heart to teach. So if you have something that you can share, and you can share it freely, that's great. But if I have to speak into an individual, if I have to take the time to learn that individual's process, then yes, there is compensation that needs to happen, so that way I can focus specifically on them for that time in their season, and that is not a problem. You have to understand that that's what people need in those moments. So that way, what my solution is viable, is profound, but it's also implemented. There's action that's taken behind it. So it's not just a talking head spewing videos out into the ether for no reason. It's that everything has a point, and those people that are watching, those people that are following, those people that are stewards of this message in different ways become able to demonstrate their capacity for learning. They come able to demonstrate their humility to learn with others, to link arms with others, to create community, to create engagement, to create groups beyond just the widgets or the wares that they're trying to sell. They're actually trying to uplift people through that process. So what are you doing to do that in your process? Comment below. Let's talk. I'd love to know. And if you need help, we can sit down and we can have a consultation to see if what I offer you will help you. Because I can help you with your client journey. Yes, absolutely. Can I help you create some standard operating procedures so that way you know how to do it every single time? Absolutely I can. But it requires you to understand your business. Not from the business owner perspective, but from the mind of the consumer. So what you're offering is solid. So what you're doing is a gift. What you've created is impactful. And only together can we do this. Only together do we have the ability to change the fates of others in this kind of forward-thinking way. So that way we move back past the piles of money in the rented houses. We move past the bullshit, and we get into something real and something tangible that your business can serve in your community. So until next time, my friends, I'll see you then. Remember, move beyond your bricks and wares, beyond the widgets.